All right, we're in record mode. Okay, so in my old company, we recruited using Eric Worre's steps about sharing stories. So I'm just going to share what I shared with Sherry and Jada, and we're just going to kind of try it out to see if it works for you guys. Sherry said, Amy, would you mind opening this up to everybody? And I said, sure, you know. And so this is what we use. And Modere has great, except for the part where we don't like really have any stories to share. So what I mean by that is we don't have stories of success from people on the business side. You know, we have some testimonials, but not really a story. So I'll just tell you guys what Eric Worre says. I'm going to read from my notes. So this is going to be super simple for you guys, because what we're going to do is we're going to start a group. So right now you have the group to add to that you ATM to. And so we're starting a new group, but this group is just going to be for the business side. So instead of having ATM in your prospects in Social Retail Live, we're actually going to ATM them into this new group that we're creating. And so what Eric Worre says is basically it's a 4-step process. You invite, you present, you close, and then you follow up. And so it's the same as like what you guys are already doing, except for we don't have any stories. So we want to start collecting stories. And what we did was, so Eric Worre in all his trainings, he says, invite, tell the story, do the thing. And the thing would be the business presentation. Tell the story, do the thing. Tell the story, do the thing. Every time he does a training, that's literally what it's about. And so he says that you should connect people to a story that resonates with them. So if you know anything about sales, is that most of the time sales is very emotional. Most people don't join because of like just watching a business presentation. It's more about a connection to their leader or a connection to someone in the organization, and it comes from an emotional connection. So we want people to we want to hit people in their heart and leave some impact on them through these stories. So what Eric Worre says is that, I'm finding each one of my deals. He says that there are 4 parts to a story. And part number 1 is your background. And basically, what did you do prior to network marketing? Or what are you doing now? Do you have a profession or a degree? Are you a wife? Are you a mom? Are you a caretaker? Are you a volunteer? Are you a dad? You know, so basically the first part of the story is just telling your audience who you are. The second part is what you dislike about your background. So most people have some sort of pain or issues with their background. So for me, I had a master's degree. I was a teacher, but I was just like, you know, getting by. You know, I was just getting by. And I was like a hard worker. I was like, stay late all the time. And I never got paid for that. And so those are some of my pains. And I share them when I share my story. So Eric Worre also says that we connect through pain. So you want to push people's pain points so that you hit them where their pain is, right? And we have a solution for their pain. So part number 2 is, you know, share your pains. Share what you didn't like about your current background, your current job. Be vulnerable with people, and people will then be vulnerable with you. See, if people have their guards up, you'll never convert them. You've got to get them to let that shield down, and you're going to do that by being raw and real and vulnerable, you know. And so let people see your pain and connect that way. Part 3 of the story is how you found a solution through your business. So how this business was a solution to whatever your pain point was. This is the part you should interject with their. Eric Worre also says that people don't join for two reasons. They have a limiting belief in themselves or a limiting belief in network marketing. If you can push people's objections and bring them out in your story, like, people are less likely to give you an objection and follow up. So like, if you were to say, man, I was skeptical, when I started this, my husband was skeptical. So in my story, I just tell people I had no idea I was going to be able to make the kind of income to stay at home. I just thought, what the heck, we'll give it a try. I mean, I already, want for something more in my life. I long for something more in my life, so why not try to get it? And in this part, you should interject with maybe some limiting beliefs you had in yourself. I didn't think I could do this because I didn't think I was a salesperson. I was an introvert. So, that gets the attention of every introvert watching your video. I didn't think I could be successful at this business, guys, because I was an introvert, or because I had never been in sales before. So this is the part where Robert Hollis, who's a millionaire, also says you must cover all objections in your presentation. Because guess what? If you get to the objection before they have a chance to object, that's super powerful. Most of us that came into network marketing, we had a limiting belief in ourselves. We didn't feel like we could do Facebook Lives. We didn't feel like we could sell anything. We didn't feel confident enough. We didn't have the support of our husband, or we didn't have the support of our family. Most of us have something like that. And some of us had, limiting beliefs about network marketing. And that's the point where you could interject there. So just tell them about that. What else? Oh, guys, it's really, really big for you to interject here. Like, if you had a objection about money, like one of our videos that we did, one of our leaders who was making a lot of money in Monet, one of the things she said is, I had to go get a loan to start this business. And she goes, now, I'm not by any means telling you guys to go out and get a loan. I'm sharing my story. She was living in a trailer, okay, a camper trailer. She tells her story, and she literally says, I was so desperate, I went and borrowed the money, okay? So she has just handled the objection of money right there. And most people's objection is money, time, and maybe they think it's a pyramid scheme. Those are the usual ones. Usually it's money and time. So if you, I'm not saying make up something, but if that's part of your story, then we're going to share it within the group. Also, during this part, you would want to say, if you got resourceful. Most people, guys, they have the money. They just don't know about getting resourceful. Okay, well, can you get $20 from this area? Or, can you get, so you bring that up in your presentation if you got resourceful in getting your startup money. You share that as part of your story. Did you do it while you worked full time? Guys, part of my story that I shared when we were doing this recruiting using this method was the fact that I had to work extra hours when I came home after working a 40-hour week because I wanted this to work. So I tell people, and guess what? That's usually their objection. Well, I can't build a business because I work full time. And I tell people, I work full time too. And so I get that objection out of the way right there because I'm sharing with their story that it's possible. So right then, if they're in their mind, if they're thinking, I don't have time for this, I've just handled that time objection. I just handled the money objection before that. You can also, at this part of your story, share your company's vision, leadership, and the fact that we have an easy, duplicatable recruiting system. And I can upload all these notes into the file section in the group for you guys to see. But you want to also let people know, because a lot of people are missing training within network marketing. They don't have good training. They also don't have a good, duplicatable, easy system, guys. If you can say that in your presentation, that your company's vision, to be in 1 million homes, clean living, and to share the leadership and the easy duplicatable system with the ATM. I mean, that's huge. The last part is of the story, how you feel about your future, and you really want to paint a picture for them. Robert Hollis calls this part future casting, and he says you really want, when you share this part of your story with people, you really want people to think that they can be in your place. And so you want to future cast to them. How you feel now about your future is how they can possibly feel about their future. So this is a very powerful piece. And then the last is you want to give them a call to action. You know, when we did this with my team, we would just say, you know, hey, I mean, I would literally say, hey, I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, okay, Amy, this all sounds good. You know, you're making this sound so great, but, you know, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can, you know, and then I go back and I handle the objections one more time. And I say, you know, guys, you can do this because we have an easy system and we can help you. If you only have 2 hours, we can tell you exactly what you need to do to build your business within that 2-hour time frame. So get back with the person who invited you to watch this story. I mean, what do you have to lose? If you already need to make some money or you're already unhappy in your current situation, what really do you have to lose? And so we do a call to action at the end. So Eric Worre says stories are the most effective, and you want to internalize the impact of your story. And like I said, we're going to handle all objections. We're going to connect with people across multiple personalities, and we want to inspire people to action, and this is going to duplicate. It duplicates very easily, just like your ATM and already duplicates. This is going to bring it more personal. You know how we get told as marketers, people join people, they don't join companies or businesses. Well, the way that it's being done a lot is that we need a story so that we can show them who we are, like on a more personal level. And that's how we're going to do it with this group. So here is how easy it can be. I'm going to give you guys like some. So the first thing you're going to do, so what we're going to do is Sherry is going to be the first speaker, guys. You should create curiosity posts and do live videos to promote that Sherry's going to share her story. So here's what's going to happen. And this is exactly how we did it in my old company. Every Tuesday night, Sherry, we're going to do it at 8. I think every Tuesday night at 8.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Okay, so we're going to have like a meet Modere, I guess. We haven't really decided the names. If you guys know some cool names for our so it's kind of like coming to a virtual event, okay? So think about it, guys. When you go watch a motivational speaker that moves you, what's the first thing the speaker does? They tell you their story. Everybody tells their story. But right now, maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't have a story because, you know, I just joined Modere or I haven't hit a rank yet. We're going to give you stories. We are going to give you stories to share with people. And so every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, we're going to have a virtual online, basically a storytelling event. And let me tell you also, guys, why this is going to be easier for you to get to people, because people will let their guard down if they feel like you're just sharing a story with them. Like, and I'm going to tell you that in just a second. Like, we can get so many people to our story presentations when we did it this way because it doesn't sound salesy and it doesn't sound like you want them to join. You're just literally inviting them to listen to a story. And what we did was Eric Worre also says you connect people with stories of people who have similar background. So like if I'm not a single mom. I've been married for, you know, going on 13 years. So I don't know what it's like to be a single mom. So if a single mom is watching my video, they're going to go, well, yeah, Amy, you got time to do this because you're not a single mom or whatever. And so we would take and we would tag a single mom in a single mom's video, because how are you going to touch a single mom's heart? Because single moms talk about the pains of single moms, and I'm not a single mom. So I can't like as closely relate to a single mom. But someone who's been a teacher or has been an educator and is like tired of making like no money would really resonate with like my story. So we're going to have you guys tag people and ATM people in a story that's going to touch their heart because it's someone that's in a similar situation to them, whether that's profession, whether that's a personal life, something like that. And what we're going to have you guys do, I'm giving you guys some of the scripts that Eric Worre says to use, because the first step is to invite them. So you want to create a curiosity post or a Facebook Live that just invites people to listen to a story. So here's what Eric Worre says, some ways that you can invite them. He said you have 3 markets. You have a hot market, a warm market, and a cold market. If they're in your hot market, that's your close family and your close friends. He said your goal is education and understanding. So what he says that you can tell people is, I am starting a new venture and I need your help. I need to get more confident at talking to people, or I need to get more confident at giving my business presentation to people. Can I practice on you? Will you watch a story and let me put you in a group chat? Because I need to practice. Most people are going to let you practice if they're close to you. So it doesn't seem like you want anything other than them to help you with your skills. Because guys, this is a skill. Recruiting, closing, it's a skill set. And get your close family and friends to help you. Also, they said, do you have some time on Tuesday night? I have something I want to show you. And that's where you can show them the video. Do you have a little free time on Tuesday night? I have something I would like to show you. Are you willing to watch a short video for me? Okay, and now your warm market. These are people that are kind of just casual friends. Like, you know them a little bit. And he says what you can say to them is, I admire or respect you because blah, blah, blah. Educate them about what you do and ask for opinions and objections. So you could say, I know you're not a prospect for my business. You know, I know you got this going on and you got that going on. I know you're not a prospect for the business. That's totally cool, but you're very influential and I want your opinion on something I'm working on right now. And then ask them to watch the story. Tag them in the video. Add them to the group. Tag them in the video. I just want the opportunity to educate you about our business and our products because, hey, I know that you don't want to do this with me. Hey, I know you don't want to do this with me, but you may know someone that does want to do it, so I just need to show you what I have to offer someone. And I literally just told someone that the other day. I said, I know you're not going to sign up and buy products. I know you're not going to join my team, but if you want to support me still, I need to educate you on what I have to offer. You can't go out and say, hey, contact Amy if you don't know what Amy's doing, you know? So then cold market, I don't care if you buy or join. I just care that you understand what I have to offer because you may know someone. Oh, that's just what I just read. Sorry. My notes are kind of jumbled up. Cold market, I don't have any notes for cold market.
Can you hear me, Amy?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm now home on my desktop, but you know, one thing in regards to like the cold market is creating like curiosity style posts and things like that. And that could even work for your warm and your hot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So doing some type of curiosity post or story post like in your actual marketing, because I get a lot of people who, you know, I generate a lot of leads just through my marketing. And so, you know, like Jen Johnson is excellent at storytelling. Aaron Birch is excellent at storytelling, you know, and so maybe we can get Jen Johnson in a group chat or something. She's, I mean, like I said, she's really good, but creating some buzz and excitement around even like the Tuesday interviews, you know what I mean? Like just putting up a post, oh, I'm so excited because, you know, we've got so-and-so coming out tonight to actually share their story. And just give a little bit about it And it doesn't have to be anything pitchy, but it just gets some curiosity going and gets people like raising their hand. So, you know, that's what I would say in regards to cold market marketing or warm market marketing. But in any conversation, cold market or whatever, I'm always like kind of chatting to get a feel for like who they are, what they're about, to see if they might be open. Because I think anytime with completely cold market, if you go straight for the kill, it turns people off, because I've done it for years. And so I think you have to build some type of rapport with cold market. And obviously, you know that. That's just my 2 cents. I'm more into the marketing, though.
Yeah, and that's good too. I think that, I mean, really, that's kind of it. I mean, I could ramble on and on, but I mean, I think that's kind of like the gist of what we're going to try to do here, is just make it, you know, where people can really connect with who we are at a deeper level than just the business. But they need to see the business presentation. So you'd still be tagging them in the business presentation. You're just now going to invite them to a live event, or you're going to tag them. If they can't attend a live event, you're going to tag them in a story from a person who they resonate with. Because I know a lot of people that I talk to, when they would watch a story and I would say, hey, what did you like best about the story? Funny, because that's what Eric Worre says to do, and that's also what Ray Higdon says to do. What did you like best about the presentation, or what did you like best about the story? People will say, well, I love all the stories of success, and that's a conversation starter, because what I would say is, well, like, why does the stories of success resonate with you? Well, I've been in a lot of companies and I've never made any money. Aha, you just got your pain point right there, and then you tell her what you can do to help her as your leader, and the person signed up. So it's very powerful to ask them what they like best about the story or the presentation, and then work from there based on what they say. So we're still doing ATMing. We're just adding one more element to the ATM on the business side, right, Sherry? We're just adding a story and having like a live event, kind of like what you and Jen were thinking about, like a webinar. I mean, this would basically kind of be like a webinar, only and get to hear from different people with different backgrounds.
And I think what Jada said, I feel like I'm echoing. But I think also, like you or Jada, I can't remember which one said it, but, you know, we have usually been ATMing in Social Retail Live. And a lot of the times I think, you know, the stories, like number one, there's not many stories in there. But number two, it gets really bogged down with people just like, oh, congrats to this person for hitting rank, or congrats to this person hitting rank. And so I feel like by doing this group and basically ATMing into this new group and tagging them in the pinned post and then in the story that resonates with them, I think is going to be a lot more powerful than people just saying like, congratulations, you hit rank posts. So I think it'll be a lot more effective in the long run for everybody.
Yeah, agreed. I'm excited. I'm excited to share our Tuesday event. Like, you guys should be promoting the crap out of that in Curiosity posts and live videos to get as many people, you know, they say get people to your presentation, get people to your presentation. And it's going to be super easy to get people to the story first and then the presentation.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it'll be fun, you know, and we can just kind of make a list of, you know, maybe some different people. If you guys know of some different, maybe social marketers in the company that we maybe don't know or aren't connected to, that could be interviewed later, I think that'll be awesome. But again, for tomorrow night, I would just simply do a curiosity type post to get people raising their hand. And then anybody who you've talked to previously that maybe is on the fence,
yes,
that's a good way to go back to them, reach out to them and just say, hey, we actually just, you know, opened up a secret group and we've got one of the leaders coming on to share their story. You know, is that something that you're open to popping on and listening to?
Yes.
So that's a way just to follow back up, like to have a reason to follow back up with your
Yes. Yeah, because Ray Higdon says it's not very powerful for you to just follow up with somebody and say, "Hey, just checking in." He says that's not good. So you could follow up with what Sherry just said, because that's really great, and I plan on doing that tomorrow. I got a lot of fence setters too, so let's see if Sherry can help you guys move your people off the fence with their story.
I'll say, give you a little nugget about my story. I went to college for 8 years, 4 classes away from a double master's degree. I'm a stay-at-home mom who started with zero warm market. I did not know anybody. I was in a city with no one. I threw the parties. I did all that. So, you just have to get creative. And I went from literally struggling for 4 years. I always laugh and call myself the hashtag recovering spammer. So I know the struggle's real. But, I went from 0 to 6 figures within 2 years of really taking marketing seriously and really becoming a student. So that's all I got.
That's all I got too, unless anybody wants to unmute and ask us some questions or something about what we're going to do, or if you have questions about what we're trying to do.
Well, first of all, too, I think we need to post the link to the group so all of the reps can join. So we need to get that in. If you have a team chat, Amy, you can put it in there. You can throw it in the incentive chat that I have. And, we could basically tell people, hey, instead of ATMing into Social Retail Live, we've started a new group with the same business and comp plan videos, but we're also going to add in a new element, which is tagging people in stories that are relevant to them. And I think it's going to be a lot more powerful. That way they actually kind of, in a nutshell, know. There's a lot of people. We have a lot of people missing on tonight's training, which it was kind of last minute. So,
well, I recorded it, so you guys just need to all once the recording's over. I don't know if I can share it, but I know I can post it to a page. I don't know. I'll see if I can share it in your group chat. But I know I can. I usually save the Zooms for my team when I do training, and then post them in the group. I just don't know if I've ever posted them in a chat.
Some videos you can. It just depends.
Okay.
We can try it.
Okay.
But awesome. I don't see any questions in the chat either, so I think we're good to go.